through my favorite movie for each letter in the alphabet, all 26 of them. So today, any number. So any movie that starts with a number is 1917. I love it. It's an amazing war film. Exceeded my expectations. I was very hyped for it. So first, we're at A. We have Avatar. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I was honestly at first like judgmental at it, like before I watched it because it beat Titanic, and at the time Titanic was my favorite movie, still is. But I watched it; it's an amazing movie. Now let's go to B. I went on my flick chart. It's the highest rated one I had. It starts with B. Then C, Captain America: Civil War. I love Captain America: Civil War. I'd say one of the best Marvel movies. I'd say, not including Spider-Man, the best solo Marvel movie about a Marvel character. D is there's a lot of good movies starting with D. There's like The Dark Knight, there's Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, there's Dunkirk, but number one had to be Dune Part 2. This was the greatest film of 2024. Probably one of the greatest films we have ever gotten. I love it. E is Everything Ever All at Once. This movie is absolutely crazy. But it's an interesting multiverse concept, different from like how we're used to seeing it from Avengers or Marvel. But it's actually a very interesting concept. F is The Flash. I went on my flick chart. This is the highest rated one for me that starts with F. I'm not including things like the or something. I personally enjoyed The Flash. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I honestly don't get the criticisms. I thought it was actually really good. G is Godzilla -1. There's also things like Gladiator and such that compete, but I'd say number one is Godzilla -1. Brand new imagining such on a character we've known since the 1950s. Absolutely classic. H is Heretic. This is like an interesting religious like thriller movie. I haven't seen many horror movies, but this one's like very clever. I is Inception. Let's give it to Christopher Nolan. Though it's not his best movie, I'd say his best movie is like Dark Knight. Still, this is an amazing movie, extremely like clever and unique and strange. J is Joker. If you know, I'm a massive Joker fan. Also, this is my favorite R-rated movie. Also, my favorite actor starts with this name, with this letter, Joaquin Phoenix. Joker, amazing movie. Joaquin Phoenix was amazing. Just overall destroyed any expectations I had for this movie in a good way, or in an amazing way. K is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Though the weakest installment in the Planet of the Apes franchise. Oh, if you don't know, I'm a massive Planet of the Apes fan. In October, I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and then after that, I started watching the other reboots. They're all amazing. Though this is the weakest of the reboots, it's great like the other ones. A very enjoyable watch. L is I had to shorten this. I cannot write all this. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I'm still not a big fan of this movie, but I went on my flick chart. This is the highest rated thing I had on there that started with L. I've seen the first two Lord of the Rings. The second one I'm not a big fan of. I think it goes by way too slowly. The first one, I actually really enjoyed the first one. The third one I've never seen. M is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I know this was very recent, but I know this extremely like thrilling and amazing conclusion to this franchise we've had for 29 years. If I did my math right. The N is Napoleon. I know a lot of people hate on this movie. However, I don't get the hate. Joaquin Phoenix was amazing. Ridley Scott was an amazing director. Shows that Gladiator is not his only strong suit. I guess he's just good at making period piece films. Acting's amazing, stunning visuals, and yes, it has like a messy plot. I can understand those criticisms, but still, the stunning visuals and the acting and all that stuff, it makes it all go away. O is Oppenheimer. Now I'm not a big fan of Oppenheimer. Overall, if I had to rate Oppenheimer, I'd give it a 58. The good score is a good movie has a score above 60. So technically I'd call it a bad movie. By far Nolan's weakest movie, but I went on my flick chart. I was desperately looking for an O, but I cannot find it. Q. Oh, sorry, not Q. P. P is Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim. I watched it like I was at home, so I decided to rent it. It was actually really good. Like fun action. No, also it was like an interesting addition to the monster sci-fi universe that we're all used to. It was actually really good. Q. I haven't seen any Q movies. I went on my flick chart. There are 2 letters where I haven't seen a movie starting with them. I don't know how many movies start with Q. But I haven't seen any. Then, R is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. No, this is not my favorite R-rated movie. It's not even an R-rated movie. But still, this was an amazing start to the not Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm getting my mind confused. To the Planet of the Apes franchise. Again, amazing franchise. James Franco is amazing. Really highlights, like, how humans and that stuff humans and apes are to each other. S is Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, S is Spider-Man No Way Home. Yep. Amazing installment in this franchise. Spider-Man Homecoming, I never liked Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home, it was really good. And the Spider-Man No Way Home was a massive step up from Far From Home. Spider-Man No Way Home, it was so nice to see all those villains come together in one. Just amazing story. I genuinely have a hard time thinking of flaws for this movie. One of the greatest films of all time. T is Titanic. I told you, my favorite movie of all time. Yeah. U. Yeah, U. U is Uncharted. I know a lot of people hate on this movie. This is the only video game movie on this list. I told you this is my favorite video game movie. Yeah, and it has like a classic plot, though, that kind of stuff. I think we've probably heard of this kind of plot a million times. But it was actually a very enjoyable watch. Mark Wahlberg was really good. Tom Holland was amazing. Overall, an amazing watch. T-U. V is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I'm a big fan of all the Venom movies. I don't know if you guys knew this either, but I'm a massive fan of the Venom movies. I think back in December of 2024 on a flight, I watched Venom Let There Be Carnage first. I was surprised by how good it was. I loved it. And then I watched the first Venom. I didn't like it as much as Venom Let There Be Carnage, still loved it. And then Venom The Last Dance. At first I was critical toward it, because I was like, but overall, big surprise in a good way. The Venom trilogy overall is, I'd say, one of my favorite trilogies. But I think Venom Let There Be Carnage is the strongest movie in the trilogy. Carnage is an amazing villain. Tom Hardy, again, amazing. But they're all great. Yeah, I got the alphabet right. D-U-V. W is War for the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the only Planet of the Apes reboot not on this list. I'd say War for the Planet of the Apes is slightly the best of the Planet of the Apes franchise. It's like interesting, it's like thrilling like escape movie. If you don't know, War for the Planet of the Apes is about Caesar getting captured by the humans after the war Koba causes between humans and apes. So, yeah. It's actually Woody Harrelson was amazing. Again, just overall amazing movie. I'd say Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a close second for best Planet of the Apes movie, but War for the Planet of the Apes I say is number one. Next, X is X-Men. I think this is like the only movie I've seen. Was that X? Why? I haven't seen any, and I know this doesn't start with a Z. Sort of does, but World War Z. This is like the closest thing I could find to a movie starting with a Z. It's the closest thing, so I tried. Well, that'll be all for today on my favorite movie for each letter of the alphabet. Drop down in the comments your favorite movies for some of these letters. Some of these have like movies I'm not really big fans of, like L. I'm not a big fan of Fellowship of the Ring, or definitely O. I'm not a big fan of Oppenheimer. This is gonna be controversial. Or like, I don't know, other stuff. Check out my channel for more content like this. And I can't wait to see you in my next video.